This is insane. Governor Abbott is done with the Biden regime. He's done with all the illegal bullshit that they're doing at the border. He's done with the human trafficking, with the destruction of Texas property. And so he busted this bad boy out January 24th, 2024. Hot off the press today. The federal government has broken the compact between the United States and the states. The executive branch of the United States has a constitutional duty to enforce federal laws protecting states, including immigration laws on the books right now. President Biden has refused to enforce these laws and has even violated them. The result is that he has smashed records for illegal immigration. Despite having been put on notice in a series of letters, one of which I delivered to him by hand, President Biden has ignored Texas's demand that he perform his constitutional duties. Bullet 1. President Biden has violated his oath to faithfully execute immigration laws enacted by Congress. Instead of prosecuting immigrants for federal crime of illegal entry, President Biden has sent his lawyers into federal courts to sue Texas for taking action to secure the border. Bullet 2. President Biden has instructed his agencies to ignore federal statutes that mandate the detention of illegal immigrants. The effect is to illegally allow their en masse parole into the United States. Bullet 3. By wasting taxpayer dollars to tear open Texas's border security infrastructure, President Biden has enticed illegal immigrants away from the 28 legal entry points along the state's southern border, bridges where nobody drowns, and into the dangerous waters of the Rio Grande. Under President Biden's lawless border policy, more than 6 million illegal immigrants have crossed our southern border in just 3 years. That is more than the population of 33 different states in this country. This illegal refusal to protect the states has inflicted unprecedented harm on the people all across the United States. James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, and the other visionaries who wrote the U.S. Constitution foresaw that states should not be left to the mercy of a lawless president who does nothing to stop external threats like the cartels smuggling millions of illegal immigrants across the border. That is why the framers included both Article 4, Section 4, which promises that federal government shall protect each state against invasion, and Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3, which acknowledges the state's sovereign interest in protecting their borders. Arizona v. U.S. States, 567 U.S. 387 419, 2012, Scalia J. dissenting. The failure of the Biden administration to fulfill the duties imposed by Article 4, Section 4 has triggered Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3, which reserves to this state the right of self-defense. For these reasons, I have already declared an invasion under Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3, to invoke Texas's constitutional authority to defend and protect itself. That authority is the supreme law of the land and supersedes any federal statutes to the contrary. The Texas National Guard, the Texas Department of Public Safety, and other Texas personnel are acting on that authority, as well as state law to secure the Texas border. Greg Abbott, Governor of Texas. In other words, straight to Biden, fuck you. Done. It's over. You're done. Texas has the full authority to defend themselves from invasion. They're being invaded, and the feds are enabling and abetting this invasion. And Texas, with the Constitution set up as 50 sovereign states, the state has the right to defend itself from a runaway government. Biden has this runaway government destroying the whole country, and Texas has said, no more. We're done. And if your Fed boys come in here, we're throwing them in the pen. And if you want to send more people, it's Texas. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. But Texas is done. They've had enough. They don't give a shit. And Biden is on notice. The greatest part about the whole thing is, what is Biden going to do? Is he going to order the Border Patrol to go attack the Texans to reopen the border illegally? Because it feels like that's what they would do. That sounds like what their move would be. Because they're going to sue and sue and sue, and the freaking Supreme Court's going to be like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Go ahead. And Texas is just like, no, we're the Lone Star State. We got our own freaking infrastructure. You know that there's three power grids in America: East, West, and Texas. So Texas kind of already has wanted to leave for a long time. And Biden, like, what's he going to do? Is he going to attack them with F-15s? Is he going to nuke Texas because they won't illegally enforce his illegal mandates to allow all of these migrants to come through? There's 28 legal entry points. They could just go to the legal entry points. The reason they're not is because they're being used to hide and mask the illegal activity, the child sex trafficking, the general just slavery, the freaking human smuggling. Because these people, they get through and then they owe debts for getting here. And what is that? How do they pay them back? It depends. Some have to sell drugs themselves, guns. You got all manner of black market shit coming across. Fentanyl, the number one killer of our youth, 18 to 49 or 45, doesn't really matter. It's the fighting age group. They're ODing on fentanyl. Pharma's getting us addicted. Or people who are just experimenting with, the devil's lettuce and other lighter stuff are getting it laced in there by China. So China made it, sent it to the southern border. The cartels bring it through. And Biden probably has a pretty stuffed coffin that he's going to go down with, full of bribes. I'm so over it, man. I'm so freaking pissed off about this whole scenario. But I'm glad Governor Abbott has the brass balls to write this to Biden and say, go to hell. I don't care about your mandate. I don't care about your stupid lawsuits. I don't care about the Supreme Court decision. You guys are all breaking the law. It's wrong, and we're done. So, congratulations, Texas. Round of applause in the chat, in the comments, if you guys don't mind. Telling Biden where to go and giving a nice round of applause to Texas. Good job, guys.